I'm gonna go to old business, new business, if that's okay, before we go into executive session. Item A will be open bids for the defibrillator, and monitor bid. Robbie, if you wanna open these up. We got 2 bids on those. One from Adam Klein, Quad Med, and the other one from, I don't know who this one's from. We'll have to, when we open it up, I guess we'll see.
From Quad Med.
I don't know about all that.
Adam Klein.
Step up. I think just let it drop.
It's this is also the total. This includes trading in our current LifePak 12 monitors. Total bid of $97,859.30. These are for recertified units.
Now, recertified units, is that like refurbished units?
They have a 1-year warranty. How many? 1 year.
How many units?
4 of them?
4 of them, yes.
They're about 4,000.
4 apiece.
24,000.
Plus we're trading in our,
Plus we're trading in our old.
It's about 24.5, guys. 98,000 be 24.5.
Well, I mean, it's the base unit's 23.5, and then by the time you have to get all the blood pressure cuffs and all the other things to go with it, that was in the bid spec.
Who's that one from, Robbie?
This is from Physio Control. This for new LifePak 15s, trading in our LifePak for LifePak 12 for a total of $102,292.64.
Those.
1 year.
But no, those are brand new as opposed to recertified.
Yes.
Certified
Same.
still have a year warranty?
Yes.
same type of equipment, or are they different,
No, they're exactly the same.
exactly the same?
It's just recertified compared to new.
Have we ever had any experience with the recertified, or have we ever done that? I mean, I
We
don't.
haven't, but I know places that have, and they haven't had any issues. Like I said, you got the same warranty between the two, that's up to you all.
Not talking about a lot of difference there. Seem like they're awful high anyway. I don't know.
I was talking about that EMS truck earlier. Maybe we just need to.
Used ones?
What about the 12s? Are they wore out? They don't-
The problem you get with the 12s is the serviceability of them. I'll give you Physio Control, for example, they're not even servicing them anymore. That's the reason why we were needing to go to the 15.
They want to surf them, so you have to buy some new ones.
There you go. That's send them overseas.
Oh.
There you go. It's called no MBA.
How old are the ones we've got?
The newest one we have is about 8 years old. The oldest one we had got there about 2 years before I got there, so it's about 12 years old.
So what's the life expectancy of these units?
You know, currently they're doing fine. We've only had a couple of issues with the ones we've had, which we always get a service contract that covers all that. We've had 2 issues with our monitors in 10 years that if we hadn't had our service contract would cost us about $15,000 to fix each. I mean, so the service contract pays for itself. No reason we shouldn't get another 10 years out of these.
Yeah, it makes it a little more palatable,
Well, that's different, $2,400 a year.
Let me say,
Oh, but yeah, I mean, it's, yeah.
I mean, it's a,
Are these newer ones got more, they're
yeah,
more advanced?
They're more advanced. These units also, where we have to pull the vitals off of them now and then input it into our computers. This thing here now, Bluetooths it all over.
You'd rather have the
So
new ones for
whenever we have it,
$4,000?
It goes straight into our run reports. We don't have to manually put anything in.
Well, you know, if I'm looking at personally, I would rather, I think, for the kind of money we're talking about here, it doesn't make a lot of sense, even though they have the same warranty, why you wouldn't purchase the new ones for an additional, you know,
Yeah, see, we can get a new one and get them
$4,000.
restarted for the next time.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. So,
Yeah, look, I make a motion to buy the new ones myself, 102, 292, 64.
Bash,
Yes,
Mr. Yoder,
yes,
Mr. Bishop. Yes.
it's not $5,000 difference in them.
Mr. Wicker.
Worst thing about all this electronics is it maybe necessarily doesn't get wore out, but they quit servicing it,
Yeah,
and then you got it. And
that's what happens, yeah, I mean, it's, a lot of it still works and so forth, but when they quit manufacturing replacement parts or services, or that they no longer certified or service it, you're in a position to where you don't have any choice, so.
Well, I mean, and that's like this equipment, you know, we have it checked every year and recertified. Because we have it. We pay. I mean, that's, I'm fine, it's fine.
Okay, all right,
got it.
thank you.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Rob.
Item B is, I'd like to give $250 to the Gravel Switch Community Center for a flagpole.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Yoder,
Yes.
Mr. Wicker,
Yes.
Mr. Masterson,
Yes.
Mr. Coyle,
yes.
Mr. Bishop. Unanimous.
Are you going to, Mesh Wicker, will you be taking care of the flag for them, or they already got one?
I don't know.
Okay.
Might get one of us back road. I'll meet you down there every morning, we'll put the flag up, Jack, you're not putting it down.
Item C on the agenda for old business, new business, we did, you asked me to look at the current drug policy that we have. I don't know if y'all want to do any changes to it. The way it is now, it's random, and you might get tested every year and you might not. I think some of you wanted to do a deal where, say, come December and you haven't been tested all year, then you get tested. Is that something we need to change in the?
Well, let me ask you a question. There was a updated drug policy written and provided.
This is what I got sent to me. Yeah,
Oh, it's in this alliance thing I'm looking at.
yeah.
Is the one that you provided, is that the one that has the, I guess the point is that, yeah, in the calendar year, everyone will be tested through the process, okay? Which obviously the keynote there, the key point there as well is that obviously the judge has the ability for a rightful purpose that if so deems that someone needs to be tested, you have that right as basically the CEO of the county. So
Well, I'd make a recommendation on that, and what I'm sitting here thinking is that, I'm gonna use you since you're sitting there. John's a county employee, and he hasn't been checked all the way to November, so he knows he's gonna be checked in December.
Mhm.
I would like to see that trickle over into the next year, so he doesn't know what month he's gonna get checked. Some way or another, because
Well,
if
it
you
kind
haven't
of
been
defeats,
checked,
I understand,
there's
but that
two ways
also,
to beat that process if you,
well, here's the thing, it's not about, honestly, it's not about the point of beating the process to me. Here's the fact,
No, but-
here's the fact of the matter.
libel issue.
Here's the fact of the matter, and I know this from a business standpoint. If an individual wants to beat the system, I'll promise you, they'll beat the system. There's no questions about it, okay? The point of the matter here to the whole policy to me is fairness, okay? In other words, is to ensure that each employee is tested. The fact is that whether they're tested in January or December or March or whenever, that's so be it. The other side of that, which the critical point from a administration standpoint, is that if we do have, if we did have an employee that we were concerned in regards to have the possibility of being on drugs or taking drugs or whatever, the key point there is that obviously the judge, just say the department head comes and says, hey, I've got an issue here, the judge obviously retains the right, correct, to have that input, to pull that individual at any given time. So it's really not about the random portion of it, it's just that, to me, it's about the fairness portion,
I
okay?
got a question.
You still might get tested 2 times a year or more, but everybody will be tested within 1 year.
That's correct, that's correct.
Does this, so everybody used to, does this include the whole, any employee of the county, like jail, EMS?
Yes, this is a countywide policy,
County, so,
that's correct.
Does that include elected officials?
that's what I was at.
No,
Well-
we're not employees.
Yeah, actually, we're not,
Drug tested?
You're supposed to be taken off, actually, you're supposed to be taken off the list.
And I'm
You
not
and Ch-
arguing, I don't mind, actually, I encourage drug testing.
I think you were,
I want it to be blanket, everybody.
well,
too.
yeah, and we're all fine with that. I think Lisa will tell you the problem we have in it, and the problem, or not that we, that the problem with that is illegal. It's a constitutional issue. It's not our issue. I do it at work,
Well,
but
you
it's a
were-
constitutional issue. Now, if they want a drug test, any of us have at it. I'll do it
you and
every month.
Chad were in there because you were previously employed, not elected official, so you never were taken off the list. Actually, I talked to Amy today, and we're gonna get you removed off the list because of what you're saying, yeah.
Do we need to, the other part of this is, if we're gonna do that, do we have a budget for that?
I was gonna
We
say,
do, it's 4,000 a year, I think is what I was saying.
If you
Will
do
that
every
cover
employee,
everybody?
it might go up.
No, I don't think that'll cover everyone,
think
but I
it will
think
either,
it's gonna,
yeah.
it's
Well, I mean,
probably,
it might not be much, but it will be a
you're
difference.
probably looking at about a 30% increase over that. So you're probably talking going from 4,000 to probably somewhere around $6,000, $6,000 to $7,000.
Which is, I mean, that's just part of it.
Yeah, it's part of it. But at the same time, from again, from a fairness standpoint, everyone's tested, it's fair to all. Number two is that the judge still has, from administration standpoint, if a department has an issue or a concern, the judge still has that right to pull any employee at any given time with due cause or due purpose. The offset to that as well is that, as Master Wicker said, that doesn't mean you won't get tested twice in a year, okay? What we're saying is that you will be tested, because again, we have employees right now, we have over 100 employees, and we have employees that have been with the system for years, and have either not been drug tested or maybe tested once in 7, 8 years. That's wrong, okay? Then again, we've had employees that have been tested 4 or 5 times a year. So something's wrong with the system. All I'm asking is that we make an effort to correct the system and to do it right and to do it in a fair manner, okay? Would you, I mean, as a department head, would you agree, Robbie?
I don't know, I got 6 times there 1 year. I think I passed twice already.
Did you pass?
Well-
I take it you passed every time.
Well, I had to say this, I'm gonna refute what you're saying just a little bit. Random is not unfair, it's
No, I'm
just
not saying-
It
unlucky.
is what it is.
Yeah, that's
Just
true.
unlucky.
That's right, yeah, exactly.
Can I get that computer to pick my lottery number?
Yeah, there you go, yeah, and that's a good point. That's
You know, if it's actually random,
But what I'd like to do is just to review this, and at the next meeting, take a look
Okay.
at it, but just review it for now.
it sounds good.
Because there are going to be some questions, there needs to be questions asked.
I agree.
Thank you.
Item here, consider approval of $15,000 contribution for community action. And that includes all programs that we actually contribute to on an annual basis. This is just one, we agreed to that during the budget, and they're requesting their funds now, so,
Line item, right.
on the budget, yeah.
Second.
Mr. Master,
Yes.
Mr. Coyle?
Yes.
Mr. Wicker? Yes. Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop? Yes. Unanimous?
And then I need a motion to go into executive session.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Coyle? Mr. Bishop?
Yes.